Hi, my name is Esther Tong, and I'm from the Hong Kong Christian Kun Sun Association, which is prison ministry. We do mostly in-prison visitation, so that includes chaplaincy, personal visits, but also we run Bible classes where we share the gospel and run discipleship classes with the inmates. And every Christmas and Easter, we also run evangelistic events where we welcome those who don't generally join our classes to come along and hear the gospel. But we also do aftercare ministries, so that is looking after the inmates once they leave. And in those ministries, we will run fellowships for them. And also we have hostels, male and female hostels, that will house those who have accommodation difficulties. But also we do life training and spiritual support in those hostels. We also run special training programs for ex-inmates who are interested to serve the Lord or grow more in their faith and serve the community. And so that's called the Onesimus Training Scheme, and we run that for adults and also youth. But not just that, we also work with the families of prisoners. Often their families are impacted, so we run programs which will bless the families and help them to understand the inmates, but also if they have any difficulties or needs, we will help support their children to study as well. We run a mentorship program to ensure that there's some adult which can walk with them in their journey when their parent is in prison. We also have an angel tree program, which is to provide Christmas gifts from the inmates to the family members outside. There's this brother, actually the St Andrew's team in Leitchicott met him about 7 years ago, and he was convicted of drug trafficking, but actually he always said that he was tricked into it. However, what happened was when he joined our classes, we found out that he had a gift of leading worship. And so we would give him opportunity to lead, and as he led, we could see he was really amazing worshipper of God. And when he led, lots of people started coming to our classes, even non-believers would come. There were lots of people who he was able to share the gospel, and we would support him in various ways. He really prayed to the Lord for vindication, and he was exonerated. So basically they overturned his case and he's found innocent. But in the meantime, in the prison, he'd written 800 songs, which he said he'd never written that many songs before, but in prison, he met the Lord in a very powerful way. So that was really wonderful. But then the fifth wave hit and everything was stopped again. So it's been an interesting time because we weren't able to go and visit the prisons as we have always done. So we had to rely on other means of doing that. So things like letter writing, Bible correspondence, because inside they don't have online. So the only means of spiritual encouragement is through letters and also receiving books and things like that. Also because we haven't been able to run physical Bible classes, so we have been filming DVDs for the inmates, and St Andrew's has also been involved with that, shared sermons, sang songs as well. So that has been a wonderful way to reach out to the inmates when we couldn't go in physically. We also have been serving the ex-inmates a lot more, running different fellowship programs with them. We opened a new female hostel. So now I've got 2 female hostels and 4 male hostels. And we found that in the pandemic, accommodation really was a big problem for those coming out. So this was a way that we could meet that need. And also we've been providing pandemic supplies to the families of the inmates. During the time when the outbreak happened, people were really needing the rat tests. We were able to meet them by sending supplies to them. So it has been a bit of a challenge, but we thank God we had 4 months when the Bible classes resumed, and so we were able to go back in for a couple of weeks. It was wonderful to see the inmates. They really missed us, and they were so thankful that we could come and they could once again get into their routine of studying the Bible and having accountability, feeling like somebody was giving them an encouragement, a push to keep growing in their faith. So St Andrew's can continue to support Kun Sun through 3 ways, and the first way would be to sign up to be a volunteer. So we are running a volunteer training in English on Zoom on the 10th of May. A great way to get to know more about this ministry, or if you're really interested to volunteer, you will definitely need to join this training. If you're just interested, that's okay. Please sign up to join as well. There's no commitment until you fill in the form, and we also have a chat with you. Another way that you can support is through prayer. Very important, as this ministry is a spiritual ministry, and we really pray for the inmates to stand strong in the faith, to keep growing, to be fully transformed so they can become a positive contributor to society and really know the Lord Jesus. And the third way that you can support is financially as well. And we have various fundraising things going on throughout the year, but this year we will be running a walkathon in around September. And so you're welcome to sign up for that and also raise funds for a good cause. I just want to say thank you to the church for almost 20 years of partnership with Kun Sun Association. You've been wonderful in volunteering your time, your finances, your prayers, and your care for the inmates. So I just want to say thank you, and I hope that we can continue this partnership for many more years.